Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody's doing great today. And I hope you had a great Memorial Day. We just hung out here. We really didn't have any money to go do anything or have some big cookout or anything. We just, like I said, just took it easy. That's good too. Just not doing anything's good. Okay, so currently it's 58 degrees. High today is going to be 67. 100% chance of rain again. And it says that for several more days, like 5 more days or something. Wind at 2 miles per hour. But like yesterday, you know, it didn't have as much of a chance, I don't think, yesterday. But it rained just for a little while, early. And then it sprinkled one more time after that. So most of the day it was dry. The plants are doing really good. They're doing great. Unfortunately, the weeds are doing just as good with all that new soil I put out there, especially on this one. I'll have to get my hoe out after a while. I'm going to let them the weeds get a little bigger to where you can get them easier, you know. Use the thing and a hoe and just cut them down at the root. Okay, what's for dinner? Not sure. Haven't really talked about it yet. We'll see. And there will be an Ask My Tablet today. I had most of the questions for it, so I just thought, well, I'll add some questions to it, and got enough. So check it out. Get you some of that brainer size in today by watching Ask My Tablet, and get a few laughs in too. This is a pretty good one, so definitely check that out. Okay, the jokes. I actually had a joke a day today. They got 2 longer jokes. They don't usually have longer ones like this, but we'll see. One Sunday morning, the priest saw little Davy staring up at the large plaque that hung in the church's foyer. The plaque was covered with names, and small American flags were mounted on either side of it. "Father Donovan," the boy asked, "what is this?" "Well, son, it's a memorial to all the young men and women who died in the service," the priest explained. They stood together quietly, staring at the memorial plaque. Little Davy softly asked, "Which service, the 9 or the 10:30? He thought he meant they died while they were watching his service. Okay, John passed away. His will provided $30,000 for an elaborate funeral. As the last guest departed the affair, his wife Helen turned to her oldest friend. "Well, I'm sure John would be pleased," she said. "I'm sure you're right," replied Jody, who lowered her voice and leaned in close. "How much did this really cost?" "All of it," said Helen. $30,000. "No," Jody exclaimed. "I mean, it was very nice, but 30,000? Helen answered, "The funeral was 6,500. I donated 500 to the church. The wake, food, and drinks were another 500. The rest went for the memorial stone." Jody computed quickly. 22,500 for a memorial stone? My God, how big is it? And Helen answers, 2.5 carats. Oh, man. She got her diamond ring. Oh, and thought of the day is from another one I don't know, Michael Lopp, L-O-P-P. "Criticism is the best sign you're onto something." So yeah, it's probably right. Okay, quiz tree. That's called Quiz Treat. Trivia Scoops, another one of them. Trivia Clue. There's all kinds of these for trivias. Let's start with this one and see how it goes. My sinuses and stuff are bothering me, especially by every evening. It's just bad. Okay. Question. Okay, we got to go to the questions. Okay, which pasta dish gained popularity partly due to Thomas Jefferson? Fettuccine Alfredo, lasagna, spaghetti carbonara, macaroni and cheese. And we've had a similar question to this. It was worded differently, and I can't remember what the other answers and stuff were, of course, but we have had something about this a couple months ago, probably. So you got to let this stuff sink in, because you never know. There might be a question that's similar later on, and you'll remember stuff. So if I remember right, it was mac and cheese. All right, Thomas. Come on, answer. Why are you taking so long? Yes, mac and cheese. Yes. The exact origin of macaroni and cheese is unknown, though it most likely hails from Northern Europe, with the earliest known recorded recipe being scribbled down in 1769. Staple of American cuisine. It made to the United States courtesy of Thomas Jefferson, who, while visiting France, became enamored of fashionable pasta dishes served there. I really like that. What do you call that? Mac and cheese? I must have this. Okay. He brought back noodle recipes and a pasta machine. Oh, well, I'd like to make this in America. Can I buy one of your noodle machines and just give me the recipe? And since this foodstuff was unavailable in the colonies, as president, he served macaroni and cheese at an 1802 state dinner. So, mac and cheese is a fancy dinner. Okay, that was a good one to start out with. Okay, what is the gestation period of a giraffe? And I actually think we've talked about this before. It isn't the same question. I mean, this ain't the same one, I don't think, that we were on, though. It's something crazy. Wow, I think it's 9 months. It might be more, though. No, it's 15, and I was thinking it might have been 15, but that just seems almost like a year and a half almost. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Next question. What was Jimi Hendrix's first band? The Isley Brothers, Curtis Knight and the Squires, the Velvetones, Upsetters. I don't know this. I don't remember hearing even. Okay. I'm going to say, just because he's kind of wild, maybe it would be the Upsetters, but I'm not saying that's right. It's probably... So anyway, it was the Isley Brothers, Curtis Knight and the Squires, the Velvetones, Upsetters. I'm going with Upsetters. No, it's the Velvetones, and that just didn't sound... I thought, it just doesn't sound like Jimi Hendrix. Velvetones, Let's see what it says about this. Soon after he acquired an acoustic guitar, Jimi Hendrix formed his first brand, the Velvetones. Okay, without an electric guitar, he could barely be heard over the group's sound. Okay. Wow, okay, let's see. In which U.S. state is the middle of nowhere? Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Montana. I'm going to go with Wisconsin. Answer. No, it was the other one I was thinking of. Montana. Okay, it's Montana. Benedict Cumberbatch played which fictional detective? Sherlock Holmes, Hercule Poirot, Dr. Watson, Philip Marlowe. Wow, I don't really know this. I think he played Dr. Watson. I might be wrong, though. No, it's Sherlock Holmes, just the other one with it. I'm not doing too good, but I'm learning something here. Sherlock Holmes. Benedict Cumberbatch is an English actor. He gained recognition for playing Sherlock Holmes in the BBC. No wonder I don't know. I don't think I even have the BBC channel in our package. Okay. Wow, 1 right and 4 wrong today. Jerry Rafferty was a musician from which country? This is a tough one too, really. Canada, United States, Australia, Scotland. I'm going with Canada. I might miss this one too. Oh, it's Scotland. It's Scotland. Next question. Which famous poem concludes with the line, I am the captain of my soul? The Road Not Taken, If, Invictus, The Raven. Okay, I'm not really for sure about this either. Let's go with The Raven. Nope, it's Invictus, which I've never heard of before. So let's see what this one says. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul are the concluding lines of Invictus. Poet William Ernest Henley, 1849-1903, penned the words of his immortal Invictus. After tuberculosis, infection of his bones, eventually losing his leg. Wow. Sounds rough. Whose principle describes a law of buoyancy? Archimedes, Euclid, Pythagoras, Thales. I don't really know this either. My goodness, this is a definite schooling for me. Archimedes. Yay, I got one right. It's Archimedes. It says, Archimedes' principle, the physical law of buoyancy, was discovered by the ancient Greek mathematician and inventor Archimedes. Okay, wowee. What player guaranteed a victory for the Jets in Super Bowl III? Bob Greasy, Joe Namath, Len Dawson, Terry Bradshaw. And that would be Joe, good old Joe Namath. Yes, and I met Joe Namath, and that was probably, it was when he played, it's when we lived in Michigan, and it was the Jets against the Detroit Lions. So, and the Lions lost that day. We met him, my friend and I met him before the game. We were there really early. And we were talking to him and forgot to get his autograph. We thought we had time, so we were gonna get his autograph. But all of a sudden, a bunch of guys started running towards him, yelling, Joe, hey, Joe, hold up there. About, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them running towards him. He said, uh-oh, I'm out of here. We didn't have time to get his autograph. Great guy. Now he makes those commercials for your, what are they? You know, if you lose your hearing, I guess they're called earplugs or whatever. Ear devices, ear hearing devices. He does that one. I forget what he's got. It's a little kind of a catchphrase he says in it sometimes. So yeah, Joe. It's Joe Namath. Next question. Wow, I got 3 right and 1 more. What is the exclusive natural habitat of the dragon blood tree? Canary Islands, Socotra, Sumatra, Galapagos Islands. I don't know. I have never even heard of a dragon blood tree. I'm going to go with Galapagos. No, it's Socotra, which I've never heard of before. Let's see what that says. 200 miles off the coast of Yemen is Socotra, a remote island known as a jewel of Arabia, where a species of otherworldly tree known as the dragon's blood has bloomed for millennia. So that those trees can live thousands of years and are believed to have medicinal properties. Okay, I got pretty much school today. 3 right and 7 wrong. Learned a lot on this one. I enjoyed that. I mean, I don't want it to be easy for me. You know, I want it to be you know, kind of a little bit harder for me. And it was today. I just didn't know anything about the questions that they had, but I do now. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you did well on today's trivia time and enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day and a great morning, and definitely check out Ask My Tablet later on today and get you some more brain exercise in. Bye everybody, and God bless.